Hello everyone, today we are going to be discussing why Dragon Ball FighterZ is my favorite fighting game of all time. To put it in a brief nutshell, it is simple yet not easy. When I first bought Dragon Ball FighterZ, I actually had really low expectations to it and I thought it was a game I was likely just going to refund. But it turned out to become my favorite fighting game. Why? Well, like I said, it's simple, but it's not easy. If you can master one character on Dragon Ball FighterZ, you've to an extent mastered all of them because every character has just the same basic core moves. I mean, each character does have their specialities, their special moves, their individual things that make them stand out, but basically as a whole the controls for every single character are pretty much the same. In the modern gaming world of fight games such as like Dead or Alive or Tekken or Injustice, each character is like 50 different combos and 50 different special moves. I'm like, I just don't have time for that. I don't have time to memorize 50 moves for a single character across a 20 plus character roster. I'm sorry, but I don't. And that's where Dragon Ball FighterZ really just stands out because it's relatively simple, with each character having pretty similarly the same moves to each other. I mean, like I said, each character does have their own special moves, but the basic moves, just the core functions, the core gameplay, the core mechanics, maybe that's what I'm trying to say. For each character, it's pretty much the same. I mean, there are no crazy wonky combos, like, I don't know, like in Tekken, like up, down, X, Y, BA, down, down, or X, X, Y, BA, X. Like, no, it's just simple. Just repeatedly mash X, repeatedly mash Y for just a basic combo. I mean, there's no X, Y, BA, BB, X, Y, down, up. There's nothing crazy like that. You know, it's just, if you want to do a basic combo, use repeatedly mash X. If you want to do a heavy combo, use repeatedly mash B. And of course, this would be different on PlayStation and using a keyboard and mouse, of course, but you get the idea. You know, and every character has the same button for a range attack. You just press Y. And if you do like down, forward, I mean, you don't press Y, you press A for a range attack. You know, if for a stronger range attack like a Kamehameha or something, you know, you go down, forward, and then A. I mean, and it's pretty much the same within all characters throughout the roster. I mean, you're not going to have some character who's a huge standout or, you know, who just requires a ton of effort to try and learn about him. You know, it's not like Dead or Alive, you know, where, okay, you've mastered Kasumi after spending 20 hours learning all of her 100 combos. Now you gotta try and master somebody else. Oh, okay, well that's gonna be another couple hours to try and memorize all their 100 plus combos. It's like, I just don't have time for that. As much as I love Dead or Alive or games such as like Dead or Alive, Soul Calibur, Tekken, I just don't have time to memorize the controls. And that's basically why I like Dragon Ball FighterZ so much. It's simple. If I was to play as a character that I just happen to have never played as, I don't think I've ever played as, I don't know, Captain Ginyu or Broly or something, I could probably do decent if I just randomly picked them up and played them knowing absolutely nothing. I'd never seen what their special moves looked like. I could probably figure it out really quick because, I mean, even when it comes to special moves, most characters have the same core basic moves. You know, it might be down, forward, and Y, or something like that. But pretty much each character is pretty similar to each other, and it's easy to just master all of the characters. But that being said, it's not necessarily easy because you still have to, you know, you have to learn tactics and timing. And every time I've ever tried to play online, I always got my butt whooped. I'm just not good at multiplayer, but that's fine. I prefer single player games anyways. So basically, I know I've kind of been repeating myself, but it's just simple, but it's not easy. You know, I mean, with your knowledge, you know, you can go and have a lot of fun with the single player. Multiplayer, if you're a more casual player such as myself, you're probably going to get trampled on. I can't really say much for the story just because I never really messed with it. I did start it, but I was like, don't really care for this too much. Because I'm not a big Dragon Ball fan. This was actually the game that got me back into Dragon Ball, but I'm still just a casual Dragon Ball fan. I'm not one of those people who Dragon Ball is like 50% of their life interest. But I just wanted to talk about Dragon Ball FighterZ for a few minutes. I mean, if I had to give it a rating out of 10, I'd probably give it at least a good 9 out of 10, maybe a 9.5. I might even go for a 10 out of 10, but I don't think I would go that far. Maybe just a 9.5 out of 10 for Dragon Ball FighterZ. And, if you like fighting games and you've never played it, even if you're not a Dragon Ball fan, I mean, hey, give it a go. Because like I said, this is what got me back into Dragon Ball. I didn't really care about Dragon Ball because I kind of just stepped away from it for a little while, and then this got me back into it. So if you're not even a Dragon Ball fan, but you just like fighting games, hey, give it a spin. That whenever a Steam sale comes around, they usually mark it down to like $5. I think GameStop charges like $10 for a used copy. That's about what they go for on eBay too, if I'm correct. Well, that's all I have to say for today. Thank you for watching. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one down in the comments. Jesus loves you. Have a great day.
This is the Turtle School's greatest technique. Damn you. Damn you. Try not to die. That's all I've got for you, Yamcha.